Now, of course, with many children still studying at home, as well as missing friends, grandparents and birthday parties, there's been concern about how well they're coping during the pandemic. Well, singer Billy Ocean has recorded a new charity single to raise money for one group supporting children's mental health. And you'll recognise the song. Wendy Hurrell has more.
When I wake up in the morning, and the sunlight hurt my eyes.
It takes a truly uplifting song to bring positivity in these dark times. Billy Ocean singing Bill Withers' Lovely Day should just about do it.
When I look at you, and the world's all right with me.
The single has been released to raise money for the children's mental health charity Place to Be. So they want us to buy it, not just stream.
All they've got to do is download and support it, support us, support the kids, support the parents.
And also get a bit of joy from listening to that wonderful song, Lovely Day.
Plenty of joy. It's a beautiful song, especially with the kids being involved. The kids' voices on it sound so angelic. And it's sort of, it brings a happy feeling, I hope, to everybody.
Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Those children's voices on the track are part of the world's biggest choir, called Young Voices. Normally, after learning songs at school, they'd get together for an enormous concert at the O2. This year, some of them, from the Aldgate School, the only state primary in the City of London, became recording artists instead, putting their voices on the track from their school hall.
I just thought it was a great song and it really suited this time because all the Lovely Day lyrics really just is what we need in COVID. It just makes me feel very powerful in a way that we're all together as a community of singers and it really is a wonder.
When I study, I sometimes put music on, so I normally put Lovely Day on.
Does it help?
Yeah, it actually does, especially in maths.
It's a great marriage. We share a passion for children's mental health and well-being. And of course, this year's theme for Children's Mental Health Week is Express Yourself. So what better way to express yourself than by singing? Hopefully, with this single, it's going to raise much needed funds for us to be able to reach more families, more schools, and of course, more children.
Wendy Hurrell, BBC London.
That's such an uplifting song. And Yolanda Brown, who was also on that track playing her saxophone, performing with the choir, joins me now. Thank you for joining us, Yolanda. Some might be surprised to hear everyone singing about it being a lovely day when it really feels anything but. So it feels like it was the longest month, January. But why do you think that song's so inspiring?
Well, I think especially in a time like this, we need to continue to try and be as positive as possible. And so by repeating lovely lyrics like Lovely Day and things are going to be all right, I think we'll start believing it, living it, and eventually things will be.
Yeah, one boy we heard there said he felt very powerful singing it, didn't it? So tell us where the money from the single goes. How's it going to help with this project?
So the proceeds go to Place to Be, which is the charity that you heard from earlier, and they support teachers and parents, especially sort of in the school forum with children's well-being and understanding mental health. And I think it's really important now, while we're not in the school buildings, to be really paying attention to how our children are reacting, how they're responding to their time away from school. And I know that this charity will do great wonders. So yeah, don't just stream it, download it, and also enjoy the music and have fun dancing along and singing along.
And we're going to come back to the online lessons in a moment, but Young Voices, who we heard that incredible student choir, I understand you're involved with a record-breaking attempt with them this summer. Tell us a bit more about that.
I can't wait. I tell you, I went to see my first ever Young Voices concert for my nephew Lucas when he was 8 at the O2 Arena, and I couldn't wait to get on that stage. So in the summer, we'll be breaking the Guinness World Record for the most people simultaneously singing, and we'll be singing Lovely Day, of course, a resounding chorus once we're out of all of this.
Now, of course, many children and parents will also know your CBeebies show, Yolanda's Band Jam. You've been offering up your music lessons online during the pandemic. For families who might be struggling with homeschooling, is that something you can easily relate to? I mean, do you need a musical instrument to get involved?
You don't need a musical instrument to get involved. I'm a parent myself. I've got 6-year-old Jemima who's homeschooling every day, working really hard with all the parents and teachers. And I think it's really nice to have sort of a break from our usual everyday learning and logging on to video chats. And so Join the Jam is the music resource, that 5 music lessons that I have based on Twinkle. I know a lot of people know Twinkle without an E /Yolanda, and you can join in, find musical instruments around the home, even if it's the Tupperware and some pots and pans and spoons. Getting involved in making music is a great thing and really exhilarating.
And so you must be hoping, as many of us are, that live music does return soon. You mentioned the O2 there and that feeling of wanting to be on stage. I mean, it is a hard time for musicians in the live music industry, isn't it?
It really is. You know, last time I was on stage, I was in Australia last March, and we had to fly back home, cut the tour short, and land back into lockdown. And these are my memories of the stage, trying to remember what life was like as a musician. And I know that we'll get back there soon. But yeah, my heart and love goes out to all of the venues and the musicians that we're just holding on and can't wait to bring back entertainment to the masses.
Yes, we can't wait. And just briefly, you said you've got young children yourself. Any top tips for parents then? Anyone struggling at home?
You know, I think don't be afraid to take breaks. You know, I find myself all the time saying, do you do this at school? Do you take this many breaks at school? But actually, we're not at school. It's not easy. We're working from home at the same time. I'm recording radio shows and I've got a 1-year-old under the table running around. So don't be afraid to take breaks, take a moment just to take the stress off. And I know that our teachers all understand what we're going through. Sure. And then come back to it when we can do.
Great advice, Yolanda Brown. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, time now for the weather. Let's speak to you, Elizabeth Rizzini. So much rain.